Hey people, welcome to the channel. In this video we are here to talk about running headphones. Now, sound tracking your runs is a proven powerful performance enhancer, and if a good pair of reliable, comfortable tweeters is pretty much a staple in your running kit, but you're looking to replace yours or you want to buy a new set, well then you've come to the right place, because we've lined up our top picks to cover every running need. So yeah, hit play for our tried and tested selection of the best running headphones that you can buy right now.
So my pick for my race day or marathon headphones are the Beats Powerbeats Pro. These are the same as the Beats Powerbeats, but obviously they don't have the cable around the back of your neck. I do love the Powerbeats, but I find that cable bounces against the back of my head when I'm running and it drives me mad. So I really love the kind of single earbuds. They fit really comfortably. You can still wear sunglasses with them, and because they're wrapped around your ear, they're not moving. You're not going to lose one. And I have found that on marathon days, sometimes I like to remove one headphone, pop it in my pocket so I can hear the crowd, but I've still got my music. And these allow you to do that. They're super easy to control, so you can pause and play music by pressing the button. You can also answer phone calls, not that you do that on race day, and you can kind of skip tracks. They've got a little button here where you can skip tracks. So just really, really simple and easy to use. They last for 9 hours playback, but 24 hours if you keep them in the case, which obviously you wouldn't on race day. You wouldn't carry the case with you too, but 9 hours is long enough to trust on a race day. I've worn them for every marathon I've ever run, apart from the year where London, it was COVID and you had to drop your bag off 2 days before, because without the case I was a bit worried about the charge time, so I wore the Powerbeats for that one. But yeah, really comfortable, still wear sunglasses, easy to control, and I really, really rate them. So yeah, these are my top pick for race day.
So another pick for marathon and race day in general are these, the JBL Endurance Peak 3. Now these are generally found below £100, $100, and it's dropped down even lower than that since they first launched. Now these are ear hook style design headphones, and these are an air hook design that definitely do stay put, and I have done it in our test. Now you've got built-in microphones here, you've got touch controls, which are some of the better touch controls we've seen implemented on sports headphones in general as well. In terms of the sound that you expect to get from these, it is bright, energetic, definitely bass forward, but you do have a companion app or JBL companion phone app that will allow you to access some other EQ modes to better customize it to your preferred sound. In terms of battery life, you are getting up to 10 hours, and you don't have anything like active noise cancellation to drain that battery, so you definitely can get up to that 10 hours even when you're listening at louder volumes. You're getting a quick charge mode as well here too. Now, you don't have active noise cancellation, as we said. The case isn't the smallest case you can find, but if you can overlook those things and consider what you're getting for the money, these are definitely air hook style sports headphones that are a great option for runners on race day and for marathons.
So when it comes to picking a pair for race day, I've chosen the Jabra Elite 4 Active. They're a favourite set of running headphones generally among the run testers, mainly because they offer a good value all-round package at a pretty competitive price, £120 RRP. But you can also find really good deals for them now. Now what you get here is a winning race day combination of good sound, good fit for the most part, a marathon friendly 7-hour battery life that largely lives up to its billing. There's transparency and awareness mode that's okay. It's not as good as bone conductors in terms of awareness, but it will do a job. There's active noise cancellation as well if you want to block out that race cacophony. The case, as you can see, is nice and portable, though it's not IP rated, so you wouldn't want to get caught racing in crazy rain with it exposed. Now we chose these over the Elite 7 Active because you get a similar sound performance, just a slightly shorter battery life, and we felt these represented better value overall.
So for the best bone conducting headphones, we all picked these. It's the Shox Open Run. These are the mini, so they're smaller. They're designed for a smaller head. If you are in between, if you're not sure what size to buy, Shox have a really helpful kind of measuring thing on their website, so you can just measure your head and make sure. But yeah, these are the mini ones. They do not bounce, they stay put on my head, and I have, you know, a smaller head, so they fit really nicely. They're really, really lightweight. They weigh in at 26 grams, which is just great. You don't really notice them on your head. And the best thing about bone conducting headphones is that obviously you can still hear everything else going on around you. So when I'm running on my own, I like to be able to hear someone coming up behind me, and you can in these, you can hear everything but still hear your music or your podcast or your audiobook. I have found they work better with music, sometimes with a podcast or an audiobook. If it's like a windy day and you have to turn it up quite high, that vibration does get a bit annoying, but you don't notice it as much with music. But yeah, total awareness on the run. They are sweat and waterproof. These are not made for swimming. There are another pair that are made for swimming, but for running, you can wear these in the rain, you can wear them everywhere, and they're gonna survive. And they have got really good sound quality and an 8-hour battery life, so long enough you're not charging them every single run. And they come in a little case, you can kind of keep them safe. But yeah, really rate these. We all picked these as our best bone conducting pick.
If you're looking outside the Shocks range for bone conduction headphones, then our favourite pair is the Majawa Run Plus. They're fairly expensive, they're $160, so similar in price to what you're getting from Shocks, but they are both Bluetooth and MP3 headphones. So you can use the MP3 mode when you're swimming or when you're racing and don't want to carry a phone with you, or the Bluetooth mode when you've got your phone with you and just want to play music back from that. Then the other option in this area are open headphones that use air conduction. It basically means they put a speaker near your ear without blocking the ear canal. We've got a couple of options here. We've got the Clear Arc 2, which offer really good sound quality for open headphones, quite a nice secure fit thanks to the clip design that they clip onto the top of your ear, so they're not going to budge during any kind of runs. They've also looked at the Shocks Open Fit, which also have very good sound quality for open headphones, much better than bone conduction headphones. The fit of these is a bit more hit and miss. It works very well for me, but not so well for Mike and Kieran. But they are another really solid option here that if you want almost a crossover bud, that's an open headphone that does have good enough sound quality to use in lifestyle scenarios, but still allows you some awareness on the run. These are both good options, but they are expensive. They're a lot more expensive than the Shocks Open Run bone conduction headphones we picked out. You're looking at nearer £200, $200 for these. So that's the decision you have to make there. They are slightly more practical in terms of the sound quality they offer, but they're also not quite as good for awareness, and they're still not as good in sound quality as in-ear buds.
Now, when it comes to picking a set of headphones for going ultra, battery life is obviously key. And while for marathons and shorter race days, I chose the Jabra Elite 4 Active, when it comes to running ultras, you really want that max battery life that you can get. And the Elite 7 Active offer just a little bit of extra staying power with a 30-hour Buds Plus case combined battery life that should be ample to conquer most ultras, even up to the 100-miler. What's really is that you can also use the buds independently, so you can be listening to one bud and charging the other in the case at the same time, and that'll extend the listening time overall if you need it. Durability of these buds is solid with sweat and waterproofing, and you've got active noise cancellation, hear through awareness modes, and custom EQ to boot. The sound quality is good, the fit is nicely reliable, and crucially it's comfortable even over longer hours. When you're going to be wearing something for maybe 12 hours, you need it to fit right and feel good. All in all, these are a great option for long haul adventures. These are the Jabra Elite 7 Active. Now next up, this might not come as a surprise because we mentioned these in our pick of the best race day headphones, and I've selected the Jabra Elite 4 Active here in Ultra for the same reasons really. They basically offer all-round great value with a package of sound quality, features and fit that make them a great choice over any distance. But what makes them ultra friendly in my book, beyond the lightweight fit, the comfort, is the Case Plus Buds battery life. That will last for around 28 hours on paper, and it lives up to that billing pretty well when you put them out in the real world if you're not rinsing the ANC and the transparency modes. It's slightly shorter than the Elite 7 Active, that's why they didn't win this category, but by not that much, and they're still a good option. The durability is the same as well as the Elite 7 Actives. I wish the case was IP rated for added protection, but it's light and portable enough, it's quite slim, and it slips into a running belt really nicely, doesn't pop out, so these are a good option. Next up, we've got the Nothing Ear 2. When you look at the design of the Nothing Ear 2, you might not immediately think ultra endurance adventure running headphones. They're definitely styled more for the everyday. But these have become a go-to running headphone for me, and I've used them for many runs beyond 6 hours. Now they tick that all-important box of offering a good Buds Plus case staying power. You get 35 hours on paper overall, and they largely live up to that billing. The other benefit here is the case and the buds are IP rated, so they're protected against sweat, water and dust, so you don't have to reach for a dry bag to stash your case if the heavens open when you're out on one of those long day adventures. The sound performance is pretty solid as well. It's not world beating, but I found it loud and rich and lively enough. The controls are really easy to use when you've got a tired brain. The fit is light and reliable. They've got a really good disappearing kind of feel in the ears that you won't notice them that much if you keep wearing them for longer hours. So a really good option. These are the Nothing Ear 2.
If you're on a budget and you're looking for a cheap pair of running headphones, then it's definitely worth looking at these. These are the Soundpeak Run Free Lite. Now these are available for £35 or $30, so they're definitely cheaper than a lot of headphones what you've featured in this video. Now these are open ear headphones, but they use air conduction as opposed to bone conduction. What that essentially means is it's putting a small set of speakers near your ears so they're not blocking them up, but offering something that's bigger in terms of the sound performance, but also something that's more customizable as well. In terms of the design, you're getting something that weighs around 28 grams, so around about the weight of what you expect for a pair of Shocks headphones, kind of the Open Run Pro. You're getting physical controls, which is always something we prefer to see on running headphones and sports headphones in general, and you've got microphones on here to have the ability to take calls as well too. Now in terms of the sound quality that you're getting here, you are getting something out of the box that doesn't feel particularly great, but then you also have the companion phone app, which if you download, you have access to EQ modes that definitely gets you something more rewarding, more balanced in terms of that sound profile, and something that works for bassier music, but also something where you need that little bit of extra finesse, or you're listening to podcasts and audiobooks. In terms of battery life, now Soundpeak is saying you can get up to 17 hours here. Now in reality, we think if you're listening at louder volumes, that's going to be a lot less, and it's probably closer to 10 hours, but that's still a good showing and up there with the kind of top end running headphones that cost a lot more as well. So if you're looking for a cheap pair of running headphones, ones that keep you aware of your surroundings and offers good, big, customizable sound and good battery life as well, the Run Free Lite are well worth looking at.
My top pick for cheap buds is the JLab Go Air Sport. Now these are just £30 or $30. They are ear hook headphones and they're obviously ridiculously good value. They're very, very cheap. They offer really good battery life of 8 hours on the buds and then another 24 in the case. The case also has a built-in charging cable, which I really like. You can't lose the charger for these because it's built into the case. The fit's obviously very secure because you've got that ear hook, and then obviously the sound quality is not the best in the world, but it's not awful. You can enjoy your music on the run perfectly fine with the JLab Go Air Sport. There are obviously a lot better headphones out there for sound quality, but for £30 it's more than acceptable in my opinion. And it does have quite a bass forward profile, so that's generally quite good for running. You want a bit more bass to add some oomph to the music you're listening to when you're trying to motivate yourself during runs. The only real noticeable downside that I had with these headphones was that if you're connecting them to a phone that's in a short side pocket, so dropped into the side of your shorts and sits against your thigh, connectivity can be a little bit unreliable depending on how tall you are, how long your torso is, I guess. I found if I had my phone in a running belt or an arm belt, the connectivity was fine to these headphones, but I don't think they have the longest range for a reliable connection. So that might be something to think about if you do carry your phone in a shorts pocket by the side of your leg. A couple of other really cheap headphones that we like. The first is the JLab Go Air Pop. Now these are very similar to the Go Air Sport, except they are in-ear headphones without an ear hook. So you lose a little bit of the security of the fit of the ear hook, but these are even cheaper. They're just £20 or $20. The case is a little bit smaller, though it still has a built-in charging cable. That just makes them a little bit more practical for using. And I found during a marathon wearing these that they did stay in my ears pretty well, but they are a little bit more loose than the JLab headphones with an ear hook, of course. And another really good cheap option is the Tribit Flybuds 3. These are £40 or $40. They are in-ear headphones with wings, a nice variety of wings. It's very easy to get a really secure fit with these headphones, I found, despite the fact I don't always get on with in-ear headphones. They are fully waterproof and the battery life is pretty amazing on these. It's 8 hours on the buds and the case takes you up to a total of 150 hours. It's a pretty heavy case and it's not one that you probably want to carry with you on the go, but the weight has been put towards a good purpose in that you've got a lot of battery life with these buds. And overall, I'd say the sound quality is the best I've come across in the sub £50 bracket. So yeah, the Tribit Flybuds are a really good option for cheaper headphones.
Now, if you're looking for a pair of headphones that you can use while you're sitting at your desk working and also grab when you're going for a run, we think the Apple AirPods Pro 2 are well worth looking at. Now, these aren't cheap, but we do think what you get in return makes them well worth the money. Now, primarily they are designed to be used with iOS, macOS and watchOS devices. They can be used with Android phones as well, but ultimately you're going to get the full gamut of features when you use it with Apple's own hardware. Now, in terms of design, to improve that reliability of fit, you're now getting 4 sets of silicone ear tips, so it's an extra small version that's added with the AirPods Pro 2. In terms of controls, you now have touch controls that are built into the stems, which make it easier to adjust the volume up and down when you are on the move and running. Now, in terms of that sound performance, it's a massive improvement in terms of the active noise cancellation you are getting compared to the previous Apple AirPods Pro. Now, if you're the kind of person that likes to drown out the world, then these are some of the best in terms of doing that. You also have that kind of transparency mode as well when you want to let the world back in. So if you don't want to use ANC, you do have another option there as well. In terms of that overall sound quality, we'd say it's very well balanced overall. We'd say that bass is very well reproduced. You're getting plenty of clarity and detail and finesse in that sound as well. So whether you listen to bass heavy music or you want something more delicate for podcasts and audiobooks, then they will deliver on that front as well too. In terms of battery life, you're getting up to 6 hours battery life, ultimately enough to last a marathon, a pretty long marathon, and we have users at a marathon as well too, so they have passed that test as well. So if you're looking for some everyday headphones that work as running headphones as well too, we'd say go for the Apple AirPods Pro 2.
My favourite crossover headphones are the Bose Quiet Comfort Earbuds 2. These are really expensive, as you might expect from Bose. They're $300 or £280, but I do think they are the standout option in this crossover area because they offer the best fit alongside amazing sound and ANC. So on the ANC front, there's nothing better than these on the market that I've tested. They filter out the most noise. It really is amazing when you're traveling to use these headphones, given how small they are, how much they can filter out. Sound quality is also absolutely top notch, as you'd expect from Bose. And then what makes them stand out for me compared to things like the AirPods Pro or the Nothing Buds is the fit. They come with 3 sizes of wings, and you can actually buy larger or smaller wings. So I've been using the extra large wings on these headphones, and it just creates a really secure fit for running, which I don't get from things like the AirPods Pro or the Nothing headphones. They just slip out of my ear a little bit. So with the Bose, you get almost the best of both worlds, in my opinion, because you have got that amazing sound quality and ANC, but a really reliable fit as well. You're going to spend a lot of money to get that, but then you do have, I think, a fantastic pair of headphones that you can use for running as well as all your other uses, especially traveling, thanks to that really impressive ANC.
So if you're looking for some of the best running headphones to buy right now, we think as a team you should be looking at the Shox Open Run Mini. Now, unlike the standard version, the mini version gives you a smaller band, and what that ultimately means is that it sits a little bit more closely and more reliably around your head, and we have found that compared to the standard Open Run in our testing. Now, in terms of design, you're getting something that weighs less than 30 grams. You're getting something with physical controls, which are easy to access on the run as well. You're getting built-in microphones here as well to be able to handle calls. And you're getting an IP67 waterproof rating, which actually means that it's sweat-proof and can handle a little bit of rain as well. It's not for swimming, ultimately. In terms of that sound quality that you're getting here, the emphasis is definitely on delivering something that's clear and more detailed. And if you're a bass fiend, you're not going to get massive amount here, but it's still pretty balanced on that front as well. So if you like listening to something more bass heavy, then it does do a pretty good job on that front. But ultimately, if you are listening to a wide range of music, you're listening to podcasts and audiobooks, these do a very good job on that front. Now, in terms of battery life, we're getting up to 8 hours battery on the Shox Open Run Mini, which again is similar to the standard version, and it really depends on how loud you listen to your music and audio in general. You do also have a quick charge feature as well, so if you charge them for 10 minutes you get 1.5 hours of playtime as well too. So in terms of that design, in terms of the controls, the sound performance you're getting out of these headphones, the price, and ultimately the battery life you're getting as well too, we think as a package the Shox Open Run Mini are well worth your money, and they are some of the best running headphones to buy right now.
Now, I could have chosen 5 or 6 different sets of headphones here for this overall, but if push comes to the shove and I have to pick one pair that I'd recommend above all the others, I'd go for the Nothing Ear 2. I think they offer an excellent all-round package. There's good fit, there's solid sound, good enough, simple controls, they've got a decent battery life, there's okay durability for the case and the buds. You've got some extra features like custom EQ as well. I really like the design. The case is nicely portable and it's a bit more interesting than the black box kind of soap bars that other headphones opt for. To me, they're just a really unfussy set of headphones. They work on runs, they're brilliant in the office when I'm editing, and I think you get good value here for the price tag. You know, they're a good budget Apple AirPods alternative that make for a happy run partner, and that is why I've chosen them as my best overall.
So then my choice for my best pick headphones, I'm going to go for the Powerbeats Pro. I do love the Shox, I do love the Powerbeats, but I think these are just such a great pair of headphones. I use them every single day. I use them walking the dog, I use them in meetings, I use them for everything, because you can't, like, you know, as much as I enjoy the bone conducting ones on the run, in an office, you'd hear everything, you know, it would be distracting. I love these headphones. I really, really rate them. They are expensive, but they last. I've had this pair, I've had 2 pairs of these. The first pair, I would say, because you put them back in a case, don't put them back in wet. It sounds obvious, but I think we've all come back from runs and just chucked them in the case. And my first one's got water damage, so I'm now careful about wiping them off, but they last for years and I really, really rate them. So these are my top pick. And the case means that I'm probably charging them once a week, because when you put them back in the case, they start charging again. So you're not having to remember to charge them all the time. And they've got the fast charge where I think you charge them for like 5 minutes and they get an hour playback. So if I'm going out for a run and I've forgotten to charge them, within 5 minutes, I'm heading out the door. So these are the ones I rate.
So there you have it, that's our pick of the best running headphones you can buy right now. Hope you've enjoyed it. As ever, hit us up in the comments with any questions. Tell us which headphones you use. If there's something we've missed here, tell us also why you love them. We'd love to hear that. It really helps other runners select their headphones as well. Now, if you found this video useful, we'd really appreciate it if you'd hit the like button, perhaps even share it with other runners who need better tunes in their lives, better headphones, maybe even subscribe. That really helps us if you do. So yeah, we love it when you do all of those things. Otherwise, it's been a pleasure chatting to you, and we hope to see you again soon on the Run Testers. Happy running, everyone, and good luck with whatever it is that you're trying to achieve with your running out there. Go and get it.